Hello everyone out there, welcome to our paper preview video for week 2 2025, this beautiful Sunday afternoon, the 6th day of July 2025. We will have lined up on this particular video clip now fantastic games which will be highlighting for us. We have two pairs to treat, which are numbers 35 and 36. That will be proven from our Pools Telegraph. Also number 13 and 17, the proof is also going to be coming from our Pools Telegraph. In case you are new to this platform, this is the platform where we give you games that you can actually stick on, either online or offline. I will take these games from the 1 to 49 matches of the coupon fixture for the week. We bring you games as the possible draws and as well the cannot draws. But on this particular clip now, we have two pairs like I did mention to show to us. So we're dealing on the draws for today. This is the paper preview video where we'll take you through the pages of the 5 papers which we majorly use on this platform, namely the right on football fixture, the special advanced fixture, the Pools Telegraph, and as well the table of draw, and not forgetting the X-ellency paper. That is what we're looking right here in front of us. We're starting off with the X-ellency paper, the late news for last week. The reason why we're starting with this is to draw our attention to it once more, that the paper has been very fantastic and is delivering on its promises. The casket column, we have 6 games there, as well as the Undertaker column. They are all 6 games because 18 was also repeated from the Undertaker column to the casket column. Guess what happened? We just had one draw from among those 6 games, and that was exactly the warning we gave out last week. So we're going to be sticking with these papers, this late news. So come this week too now, we'll also be showcasing this late news in our third video, or probably the last video, but these days we usually do one video per day now to enlighten us on how to go doing our stake. So that'll be coming up either Thursday or Friday when the late news is out. So I will caution ourselves as to what to make of those games we find in that particular spot. I'll also be showing us our late news from our Temple of Draw, how they performed. So these two papers, they are being produced by the same person. They are doing fantastically well. But I'll also touch on what we did for last week, which wasn't too good. Not most, the videos we made, they just flopped. It was only the secret extra tip which we did on our first video, where we advised us against us 8 numbers. We just had one draw there. It was only number 15 that drew among those 8 games. So these are some of the things we used to gather ourselves so that we don't make mistake in doing our stake. And while I made the extra corner video last week, I made mention of somebody who gave us game for last week. Let me see, his name on YouTube is at Gumas Daniel 501. Thank you very much, brother. Your banker draw of number 22 with good proof delivered. The two bankers later on he placed there was 22 and 49. 49 disappointed. The pair delivered, which was 36, pair 37. You did very well. And these are the type of things we do encourage. He did not only drop the games, he dropped it with proof. So keep looking at the comment section. If you see something like that, then go through it and see you like it. Then you can also try it out. And Brother Gomas, if you have game for this week, you can also bring it on. I encourage people to use that comment section to show what they can do. So, like I do say, iron sharpeneth iron. Talking about the secret extra tip column for this week now, we have 3 games in that space, and that's numbers 21, 38, and 49. So before we go any further, let's quickly take a look now at the late news of our Temple of Draw paper. There are some things I want to highlight from that particular spot. So looking at the late news from our Temple of Draw paper, this region did not do too well. Those games there, we had 2 draws among them. But I'm going to be particular about the sport bet for Saturday tip column. If you can take a look at that column now, we just had one mishap. Every other team were as predicted, and the mishap is not as if the game did not went the opposite way. No, what happened was it's only they gave it a home win, which was game number 2 now, and 39. They depicted it home win, but I think that game ended up 0-1. So that is the only mishap among those 10 games. So if you have been able to select 5 from it now, luckily enough, you could have been among the 5 winning games, and you must have made some money there. I just want to keep that one in because I do advise people to take these papers seriously, most especially those columns which we treat here on the platform. So this is a way of encouraging us to keep looking into it so that we can utilize them and make some money out of it at the end of the day. I will head straight now to see the other papers. We've already seen 2 of them now. Let's quickly see our special advanced fixture moving forward. All right, looking at our special advanced fixture for the week now, we have on the front page, on the left-hand side, the 1 to 49 matches on the coupon fixture for the week, where game number 1 is Central Coast versus Sydney Olympic from our NSW Premier League One, and that spans to number 7 from numbers 8 to 14, which is our NSW Premier League 2, while games number 15 to 20 is our Queensland Premier League. Then from 21 to 24 is our Queensland League One, and touching on 25 through to 30 is our West Australia Premier League. Then from 31 through to 35 is our West Australia State League. 36 through to 41 is our Northern Premier League. 42 to 45 is our Tasmania Premier League division. Capital Premier League is from 46 through to 49. So those are the leagues which are being fixtured for this week's games, which is week 2, 2025. Then on the right-hand side of this particular fixture now, we have the first column, which is the treble James column, and below that is the Lotto sequence with letter C and G. That's numbers 3 and 7. Immediately below the Lotto sequence is the shortlist column, where we'll have games 1 to 8. Below that is the expert trio, and below the expert trio, the high score quiz column. Right below the high score quiz column, we have the final column there, which is the easy column. And if you look at some drawings which we did on this particular paper now, we have some games being repeated from the expert trio to the high score quiz, and as well the games from the high score quiz also some are being repeated to the easy column. Worthy of note now is the game 43, number 43 in box 9 of our high score quiz column, being repeated to the game 4 of our easy column. That is worthy of note. I'll be checking that out. I think that happened 2 weeks ago. That particular sequence is not to be toyed with, so I'm going to be looking into that critically. And also, if you look at the boxes 1 and 2, which is 3 and 7, if you add both together now, your answer falls in box 3. That in itself is also a very viable sequence to be looked into. In case you have access to these papers, you can go look into them and at the end of the day, make your own inference before we come on set to make you know what to think about those particular games. So this is how far we can go for the special advanced fixture. We have 2 more papers to treat on this particular set now, which is the Pools Telegraph and as well the right one football fixture. Before I go any further, in case you've been able to watch the video from the beginning to this time, I want to solicit and appeal to you to click on that like button so that the algorithm will know you like the video and they'll push it out there for others to also see. I also expect you to help us share this video to your friends and family members and as well to other platforms so more people can get to benefit from the things which we're doing here on the platform. And in case you're not subscribed yet or you're seeing our video for the very first time, subscription is free. Click on that subscribe button now, which is below the video you're watching, so that you can see more of this type of video and bring them on board. And if you click on that bell, you'll be notified immediately we post a brand new video. You'll be among the first to see our videos. But we also give out 5 options on this first video for us to choose from, so that we can collect your options and use to coordinate our extra corner video, which is probably the last video for the week. The option number 1 is the one banker draw video. Option number 2, the pair video. Option number 3 is the nap video. Option number 4, the winning line video. And the 5th option, which is the last but not the least, is the 5 dead games video. So choose one among these 5 now. Make us know. Put it in the comment section so we can read it up and collect your suggestions using to make that particular video. Now, let me quickly make us know the teams involved with the games which I mentioned earlier on. 35-36 now is number 35 is Subiaco versus Cortin Uni. Subiaco versus Cortin Uni, and that's from our West Australia State League. While number 36 from our Northern Premier League is Adamstown versus Newcastle O. Number 36 is Adamstown versus Newcastle O. That is one of the pairs. And the second pair is 13 and 17. Number 13 from our NSW Premier League 2 is Newcastle J versus Readermere. Newcastle J versus Readermere. While number 15 from our Queensland Premier Division is Brisbane Arrow versus Gold Coast U. Brisbane Rovers versus Gold Coast U. So those are the teams attached to the 4 numbers. Now we'll be heading straight now to see the first sequence. And I'm going to be taking that of number 35 pair number 36. And I have a story to actually tell us about this sequence as we ride along, as I give you the information. All right, to get a proper insight into this sequence, it's a tricky one, but I'll explain it to the best of my ability. Looking at this Pools Telegraph for this week 2 now 2025, we have the Dreamland section, We have 13 and 17, while the bottom games are 41 and 48. We are more concerned about the 41 and 48 for this illustration because that is our commentary game 6 that appears at that particular spot. Now, I'll be taking us to the page 2 of this particular paper now, where this game, either one of them or two of them has to appear for this setting to click on an even week. Hence, we are in week 2 now, and we have 41 and 48 in that spot. I'll show us in page 2 now where that particular games, either one of them or two of them will be transferred to. All right, the two games we checked at the front page just now was commentary game 6, 41. The pair was 41 and 48. One of them or both of them will be transferred to either the top position or the bottom position of our sequence A. On an even week, that is what sets this particular sequence. If that happens, then you take 35 and 36 literally by number for one or two draws. But you know, when things like this happen, there comes a time when you are so sure that this game will give you at least a draw. And that brings me to telling us a story about the very first video I made where I created this particular platform, UK Coupon Key. It was in week 2, 2022. Yes, week 2, 2022. That was the first time I came on YouTube to make a video presentation regarding the pools betting. And on that particular first video, I gave out a nap. If I remember correctly, the nap was numbers 9, 26, and 35. That was the nap. Numbers 9, 26, and 35. And that particular 35 came from this sequence that I'm going to show to us now. That was what brought that 35 and 36 as a pair for that week. But I was able to separate the pair that week and knew that number 35 is going to be the direct draw. So on that particular video, I made the presentation, showed us number 9 from a different sequence, showed 26 from another sequence, showed this 35 from this particular sequence. But I told the crowd then that number 35 is going to be the draw. That was the very first video I made, and I gave out a 3/3 nap. And I'm going to be putting the link of that video in the comment section below, so you can go look it up in case you want to see that video itself, how I made the presentation that time. And that same sequence I've been on since that 3 years now to date has been delivering. And I'm going to be presenting it to us now, which is the pair of 35 pairing 36. So don't forget to watch that video. I'll put the link in the comment section below. I will be pinning the comment there so you can go look it up when you see this video and watch that particular video itself, how I delivered the 3/3 as my very first video here on YouTube. And after then, we'll still be doing it till this 3 years later now, we're still delivering on our promise. So I do believe that this week is also going to be very favorable. And come next week 3 also, we have good games lined up already. So now let's get right into the presentation. When that particular commentary game 6 pair moves to the top spot or the bottom spot of our sequence B, natural A column, like I mentioned. Therefore, you take arbitrarily number 35 by number and number 36 by number as a pair. Now, when you take this pair very seriously is when it happens in week 2. It doesn't come often. Like the weeks I will make you know now when it came for week 2 was like in week 2, 2018. We had 35 and 36. Number 36 picked the draw. When it came for week 2, 2020, it was 35, 36, and number 35 picked the draw. It did not come again until week 2, 2022. That's the week I'm talking about now. So it came twice before this particular week, but I was able to separate it that week and give us the direct draw. So for week 2, 2025 now, sorry, 2022, we had 35 pair 36, for which we marked number 35 as the draw for that particular week. So also it did not come again until week 2, 2024. When it came for week 2, 2024, it was 35 pair 36, for which number 35 picked the draw. Now, the sequence came again for week 2 now, 2025, which is this week we are in. And we're having 35 pair 36, for which I'm telling you, take that pair seriously because it is going to deliver. It's been working all this while, so I don't see any reason why it's going to stop now, but I strongly believe it's going to pull through for this week. So I'll make us know the team attached to 35 and 36 again. On number 35, we have Subiaco versus Cotton Uni. That's Cotton UNI. While number 36 is Adam Stan Arrow versus Newcastle O. So that is actually that particular pair from the Pools Telegraph. We are left with the other pair now, which is 13 and 17. But I missed out something from our Temple of Draw, so I'll be going back to that now which is the secret extra tip from our temple of draw. So let's quickly see that so that we'll know what to make of those numbers which are there. So from the page 2 of our temple of draw paper now, we have the stickers board curriculum, where we have numbers 21, 38, and 49 as the only 3 games there in that spot. In case your nap is within this range, then I will advise you to be careful. And if your permutation includes these 3 numbers, also be careful for the week. The reason being that these 3 games now, they are not balanced based on team form. That's why they appear on this particular spot. But having just 3 of them for this week now, what does that tell me? That means most of these games for this week, they are balanced. So which means we might be having plenty of draws, as form draws will be clashing with sequence draw. That may make it a bumper harvest at the end of the day. So that is what I take from this particular spot now, because for the Australia season, we'll be having lots and lots of games in that spot. That's 6 minimum, 7 sometimes 8. But for today, this week, I'm having just 3 of them. All right, looking at our Pools Telegraph for this week 2 now, 2025, we have the top tips column on the front page, where the game below the green patch right there, number 41, is our commentary game 6 pair. That particular game now is not supposed to appear there, so that's an unusual transfer, which we may be looking into in our subsequent video. Our even week pair for this week 2 now is 8 and number 3. And in case you have not been following us on Facebook, you can go look up our Facebook Morgan Lucky for this particular week now, because I'll be making a particular video regarding that 3 and 8. Yes, so at least you know what to make of those 2 numbers. They look good to me, but I'll be making us know via a video presentation on Facebook, and the channel or the Facebook name is what I just called to us now, Omogia Lucky. I'll be doing that there. But if not Omogia Lucky, maybe I'll be doing it on UK Coupon Key on Facebook. So go look it up, and you'll have an insight into numbers 3 and 8 for the week. Nothing much based on unusual repetition that takes place on the front page of our Pools Telegraph. So this is the much we can actually take from this paper now. Let's see our right on football fixture so that we can wrap up this video by seeing the pair of 13 and 17 from our Pools Telegraph. All right, we'll be starting off the right on football fixture at the back page, where we have the overseas pools compiler draw statistics column, and below those that particular column now we have letter A to P. And below the letters we have trials embedded in them, while the key column has number 16. Below the key column is the expert final pair, which is 36 and 37. While the other columns are the late news spot. The late news tried for last week, we got 3/7 right there. Yeah, the draws for last week were just 8 draws. So the late news produced 3 of those draws. They tried, but we've not been able to phantom what actually plays those games. So that's much on the back page of our right on football fixture. Let's see the front page of the paper. At the front page of our right on football fixtures, we have at the bottom spot now the date of play for the matches which are going to be played on the 12th and 13th of July 2025. While above that now we have the compiler's final 4 column with numbers 2, 39, 21, and 11. Now we have 21 and 11 at the spot 3 and 4. And I'll be looking at my record correctly, because I think when that happens, that means a formidable pair for the week. But I'll get back to us regarding that in our subsequent video. Then above that is the compiler's X verdict column, where we'll have 10 games being forecasted there. Above the compiler's verdict column is the super pair. For this week now we have number 20 and 29 as the super pair. And we can see number 20 is already being repeated to the bottom spot of our group A right there. So we'll be looking into that subsequently as well. We have above the super pair now the fortune box, which is housing number 34 for this week. So those are some of the games which are being highlighted in the forecast column of the right on football fixture. We usually use those spots to fish out our draws. With that being said, I think we should be heading straight now to see the remaining sequence, which is talking about number 13 and 17, and that's coming from our Pools Telegraph as well. Click on the like button in case you like this video to help us push the video out there for that to also see, and also help us manually to share the video to your friends and family members, and as well to other groups and other platforms, so that more persons can get to benefit from the things which we are doing here on the platform. While I will also solicit you and crave your indulgence, in case you're not subscribed to the platform yet. Subscription is free, so click on that subscribe button now, which is below the video you're watching, so that you can see more of this type of videos when we bring them aboard. And also leave us a comment in the comment section regarding what we discuss here now, or if you have anything you want to make us know, or you want to choose from the 5 options which I mentioned earlier on, also you can make us know that via the comment section. And remember, I'll be putting my comment there, the pinned comment, and I'll be attaching the video of week 2 2022, my very first video here on YouTube, which I made, and I made history that week by delivering on a 3/3, which was 9:26:35. I still remember that nap correctly, though I've forgotten some of the other sequence that gave me 9 and 26, but that of 35 and 36, I'm telling you, and I remember it vividly, that's this same sequence which I'm projecting for you today. When it happens in week 2, brings a pair, but that week I was able to separate it. So do well to watch that video. I'll be putting a link in the comment section for you to see. And that brings us now to looking at the next sequence from our Pools Telegraph 13 pair 17. All right, this particular sequence has to do with the Dreamland section of our Pools Telegraph. And this that we're looking right here in front of us is for week 24 now, 2024, where the first game was 38 and the second number there is 39. And that particular pair produced a draw, and number 38 was the draw for that week. And this sequence actually started in week 46, 2024. That was last season. Every 10 weeks. So from week 46, 2024, every 10 weeks you count down and pick that spot as your draw. When it started, we had in week 46, 2024, we had 24 and 25 in that spot, which was 2 draws. So come week 4, after 10 weeks later was week 4, 2024, we had 3 and 11 in that spot, and 11 picked the draw. So for week 14, 2024, it was a turn of 11 and 16, for which number 11 picked the draw. Now come week 24, 2024, where we're having 38 and 39 in that space now, and 38 picked the draw. So 10 weeks from that time takes us to week 34, 2025. So looking at our Pools Telegraph for week 34 now, 2025, we had 4 and 13 in that space, and both were marked as 2 draws. So you see the sequence is top notch, because every 10 weeks we go there to fish for our draws. In week 44, 2025 was 10 weeks after week 34, and that's when we're going there again to fish for another draw. So today's presentation, I'm actually dedicating it to those are the ones who have been with us from the onset. And a lot of persons actually did believe in me earlier on. Before so many persons knew me here in the internet, some persons were already on board, and they are still been with us till date. And I really do appreciate all of those persons. One of them is Shege London One, based in America. Brother, you've been so wonderful to me, and I really do appreciate it. You've been very supportive, and you're still there with me, rocking solid. That is not an easy thing to come through. There's so many other persons out there. Some who doesn't want me to name their name, mention their name, and others too numerous to mention. And I really do appreciate every person who has been supporting us from day one, like I did say, and to date, they still be very supportive. It's not been an easy journey anyway, but we're happy we are here. We're doing what we still know how to do best. Till now, we're still doing it, and we still hope to do it some more years to come. We started out without being monetized here on YouTube, but right now I can tell you for free that we are monetized, and it's a thing of joy. It wasn't by my power, but because of you guys supporting us, we're able to achieve that. So thank you very much to everyone, those who are subscribed to the platform, those are channel members, those who have really placed their comments, those who have done share our videos. There's a lot of things which people have done that we cannot come out to name all the names. But we say thank you very much using this medium to spread love like you have spread it to us. So it's been a very fine journey anyway, and it's making me think back how I started. Go look up that video, you will laugh. You will laugh. I tell you, it's something to actually look forward to. I'll be putting the link in the comment section. And I will appreciate if you guys go back to watch that video so you can see how the journey started. That was the very first video I made. Deliver 3/3. We're still going to do some more time to come. So for week 44 now, 2025, the pair was 27 and 28, and number 28 was marked as the draw. So though I cannot separate the pair for you as at this time now, but I believe it's going to deliver 10 weeks from week 44 now, takes us to this week 2, 2025. So if you see me or hear me sharing these stories, I'm doing it not because I'm out of pride, but just to motivate somebody out there. You might be out there thinking of what to do, or you don't know what to do. You have something you can actually put in the internet. I advise you to go ahead and do that. The earlier you start, the better, because if you're waiting, time waits for nobody. But start anyhow you can start. and as you go along, you begin to improve. That's what happens. So looking at the Pools Telegraph for this week 2 now 2025, we have in our Dreamland section, game 1 is number 13, while game 2 is number 17. So that is how we come to the conclusion of taking those 2 games now, tipping them as a very formidable pair for the week. And make us know the team on game number 13 again. From our NSW Premier League 2, we have Newcastle J versus Redemere. That is game on number 13, while number 17 from our Queensland Premier League is Gold Coast K versus Peninsula P. Gold Coast K versus Peninsula P is on game number 17 right there from our Queensland Premier Division. So those are the teams attached to that particular 2 games right now. So that's actually the size of the package. I hope we've been able to impact on you some 1 or 2 things for today. Don't forget, I'll put a link of that video of week 2 2022, my very first video here on YouTube, where I deliver 3/3, and one of the sequences is set again for this week. So you can go look it up and see how far we've been delivering on most of these games. So in case you have anything you want to make us know, don't forget to reach out to us via SMS or WhatsApp. The number once again is 070 820 82291. 070 820 82291 is the number. Remember, we treated 35 pair 36, 13 also pair 17, which we highlighted from our Post Telegraph, and the secret extra tip of numbers 21, 38, 49 from our our Temple of Draw paper, which we advise us to be careful about. In case you like this video, click on the like button, share this video so that other person can get to benefit, and also get subscribed to the platform just in case you are not subscribed yet. I also expect your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.